Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught up in a landslide. No escape from reality. Hello everybody, and welcome back to DC Universe Online with me and Nik Nova. And oh my god, you guys, shut up, all of you, shut up. Oh my god. Okay, we got a lot to talk about today. We got a ton of stuff to talk about. So let's get on with our stupid mission that we're going to do and help fire. Let's get this going so that I can just blibber blabber to you guys about all the cool stuff that has just happened in the last couple days. Oh my god. Skip, don't care. We're going to go do it. Don't worry. Oh, by the way, I just want to let you guys... Oh my god, I'm stuck. All right, there we go. I just wanted to let you guys know that I went ahead and did the Gotham University mission. Reason is I just really don't like that mission, even though it probably would have been the best one, and I just jibber jabber over the top of that, but it's just so... I don't like it. Anyway, it's just stuff that I do like. Oh my god, you guys. Okay. So I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. Well, first off, actually, I should kind of talk about what's happened. So Tuesday night, if you guys don't know, they did a special called, well, they did two specials, I think. One was DC's Legends of Tomorrow. Their time is now, and they talked about Legends of Tomorrow. And then I already saw Legends of Tomorrow, the first episode. So we'll talk about that if we have time, or we'll talk about it next time, because I want to talk about that. Also, oh my god, things are so laggy tonight. I don't know why. Let's grab this real quick. While it's jibber jabbering on, I'm probably just going to drop the volume down and just talk over most of this stuff, but, you know. So, they also did another special that was, I think it was like DC Presents Dawn of the Justice League or something like that. And basically what they did is they talked about Dawn of Justice most of the time, but it kind of seemed to be split up between Dawn of Justice and the Suicide Squad. And that night they premiered the trailer for the new Suicide Squad trailer. Oh my god, you guys. Okay, now back to my point before. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The first trailer for Suicide Squad, I wasn't a really big fan of it. It was cool, but it was so... It was not what I really wanted the Suicide Squad trailer to be. You know, it was really serious. It took itself very serious. It tried to introduce the characters that are going to be in the movie, but it was all very like dark and dismal. And then at the very end, you get Jared Leto's Joker. And again, I wasn't, and I'm still a little edgy about. This is Batman. Don't care. I'm still a little on edge when it comes to Leto's Joker, but I'm going to talk about him anyway during this. But anyway, the first trailer, it just took itself so seriously, and that doesn't really go along with the Suicide Squad. Not really. Suicide Squad is just such a strange idea. I mean, for anybody to think about. Like, you're basically saying, I'm going to take bad guys, just any random bad guys, because they're bad, and I'm going to basically put them on a work release program, let's say. Oh my god, I just want to grab... Oh my god, stop it. I will destroy you so hard. There we go. Thank you. You're basically putting them on a work release program. Now, the work, unfortunately, is suicidal. it's going in to do a mission that you probably won't survive. And if you do, you're very darn lucky that you survived it. And you should be very proud at what you've done. But yeah, it's such a strange idea in itself, the Suicide Squad. It's a cool idea because it kind of seems like something that the government would do. They're like, let's get the baddest of the bad, let's put them together, and make them do this mission that we would not have heroes do, or we couldn't trust our military to do. So yeah, it's such a weird idea, and they put such strange people together, it just purely for their natural skills. You know, what they're good at would maybe help the mission succeed. So that all aside, the first trailer was, you know, it was a teaser trailer, but it just didn't feel right. It felt dark, and that was one of the things I complained about before, was that I get tired of DC being so dark and brooding. I get it, you know, Batman and all, and I love Batman, he's my favorite hero of all time, but we don't need it to be doom and gloom all the time. You know, there's a lot of silly heroes and a lot of silly things that happen in the DC universe. And, I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of weird stuff that happens, and it doesn't really get highlighted recently in movies. But I was super shocked, actually, at the new Suicide Squad trailer. As you know, by the beginning of this video, they played Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen over the entire thing, which was awesome. I've never, ever seen a trailer that used that song so well. It worked perfectly for it, and it gave you that, like, fun and silly and sort of, you know, because Queen was a bit rock opera, so it gave you that, like, rock opera feel, you know. It's why, but it was, oh my god, there was so much stuff that you learned from the trailer, number one, and number two, it gave you good feels. And very similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, how it used the music in such a way to kind of give you that feeling that it's a little bit more fun. But the one thing that I really loved about the trailer that I saw instantly, and actually with Twitter and stuff, all the stars of the movie got little icons to use that showed off their character in the Suicide Squad movie. Wow, words are not going to be my strong point today, guys. I'm sorry. But they got all these really cool little icons, and they were all skulls, of course. Because, you know, it's the Suicide Squad, of course. But they were all super colorful, and they were all so different. They weren't just drab black and white or, you know, muted colors. They were very colorful. And the one thing I noticed about the trailer instantaneously was their use of color. Oh my god, it's colorful. There is so much fun and color to it. I love that. Because, you know, everything we get now, even Man of Steel, you know, the boy in blue and red and white, you know, the All-American Boy Scout, it was a pretty drab movie, you know, color-wise. But, you know, it worked for the setting, I suppose. But, yeah, I mean, Superman's colors, they're very muted compared to what they actually are.
Batman did create the Brother-Eyes satellite.
But, yeah, it was just, it was so different and so much of what I wanted it to be. Because I was worried that it was going to be like, we're going to take this super serious, you know, Suicide Squad, they're a bunch of serious people. You have Deadshot, he's super serious all the time, and Joker, he's going to be the one that's going to say, why are you so serious, Deadshot? Anyway. But yeah, it was a fun trailer. It was a really fun trailer. At first off, it starts out, it shows Jai, whatever his name is, the guy who's playing, I can never remember his last name. I think it's Jai Courtney is his name. But he's playing Captain Boomerang, and he's just in his cell screaming at the person on the outside. And then it shows Harley, and she's having a little espresso, reading a romantic novel, and I was like, all right. So you guys are trying to highlight, some of the more funnier bits. Of course, Harley's gonna be silly and goofy. It's Harley. She was dating the Joker. I mean, how drab and could she be? Her hair is pink and blue. I mean, you can't get really more vibrant and flamboyant than that. But then it started to progress a little bit more. You see Deadshot. He's a little sad because, he's in prison. I'm trying to think exactly the order of everything. I wish I had it up so I could show you guys it. I don't want to get tagged, though, because YouTube doesn't like that. I don't like it either, YouTube, but it's necessary things. But from what I remember, it continues on. It shows Rick Flag. He's talking about everyone in the group. And then it's very... One thing that I always like to do, especially when I'm watching a new trailer these days, especially for something like this, with Batman v Superman and this, I really want to go look at what other people are talking about, because other people notice things that I don't notice. And that's super important to me, because if I'm going to talk about something, I want to have an informed conversation about it. I don't want to be just like, well, I like this and I didn't like this, but I like this, but I don't understand any of it. You know what I mean? So I went and watched the Kind of Funny guys, Greggy and them. Everyone knows Greg Miller. And they did like a full breakdown of it. And the one thing they were talking about is in the trailer. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch it, because you guys were not going to have any idea what I'm talking about. It's just a trailer. It's not like anything's going to be spoiled for you, unless you really don't like watching trailers because you think it's going to spoil the movie for you. I have no idea what's going to happen in this movie. All I know is it's the Suicide Squad and fun stuff is about, but there's a lot of theories going on. But Rick Flag's listing off people. He's like, you shoot people, he eats people, you burn people, you're possessed by a witch. He's talking about Enchantress. And that's the one thing that everybody's kind of talking about that I've heard, in a theory, is that, oh, I don't think I got that thingy over there. Poop. We'll get that thingy. People are theorizing that Enchantress is the big bad in it. But I am thinking contrarily, because a lot of news that comes out about trailers and stuff, not all of it, but a lot of it, has some sort of inside source. Somebody found out some sort of information about what's in the movie, who the characters are, and they're kind of leaking it about. Whether it's intentional or unintentional, it happens. But there is talk that Common, if you guys don't know who Common is, he's a rapper. He is going to be playing the Tattooed Man. And the Tattooed Man, if you don't know who he is a guy who can manipulate the tattoos on his bodies and create monsters and create weaponry and weird stuff. You can just use them to fight. It's kind of like his superpower, his magic ability. Greg had a great idea that this movie is going to introduce people into the magic world of DC. I could see that, especially with Enchantress being jammed in there, which is kind of a strange choice. It was a strange choice in the beginning too. I was very confused about that. I wasn't very strange about that. I was very confused about why they were using Enchantress, because she doesn't really fit up in the lineup of these characters, really. She's a bit of an odd man out. But yeah, he had an idea that this movie is going to introduce people to the magic side of the DC universe, and I could see that. But I'm a little bit more inclined to believe that the Wonder Woman movie will kind of get into that more, seeing as she's, you know, daughter of gods, and she's Amazonian and all that jazz, and they use a lot of magic in that world. I'm more inclined to believe that her movie is going to be doing that, but perhaps this would be an opening for that, and kind of get us in the gear for the Wonder Woman movie. Maybe, don't know. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so Enchantress is kind of the odd man out in this whole situation. And the Tattooed Man, I'm inclined to believe that he is kind of the big bad in this whole situation. Maybe not the overarching bad. I have my own kind of theory about it because, like I said, people are thinking Enchantress, kind of going with that idea. Perhaps Enchantress has something to do with it.
Even the villains are out there taking out the Omax. You know the situation has to be bad.
Stop shooting me! I'll kill you! I swear it! But the idea is that Enchantress, you know, she becomes possessed or, you know, loses control, and then they have to go take her out. And then something happens along the way, and maybe she joins the Suicide Squad in this whole ordeal. But I'm wondering if perhaps she is the one, because there's a scene where she's talking to, she's in some sort of government building. It could possibly be the White House or a bunker or some type. But if you look close enough, she's clearly talking to Amanda Waller. And she says, let's have some fun. And she's in her Enchantress witch outfit. And I'm wondering if she perhaps has given the Tattoo Man the ability to do the things he can do. And now he's unleashing his powers upon Midway City, which is where this is going to take place. And so they have to get the Suicide Squad together and take them down. I don't know. It's a very interesting idea, but I'm pretty sure that it's him, because throughout the trailer they show this inky goo all over the place, and then there's a scene where you see this, you know, watching it fast enough, it looks just like a monster destroying a train. If you slow it down, you can see just a guy who's bald-headed, and he has this glowing stuff around him that looks like tribal tattoos kind of wrapping around his body. And yeah, I'm inclined to believe that it's him, which is going to be strange because they're introducing a lot of characters that nobody really knows. Like, I wasn't introduced really to the Tattoo Man until recently, honestly. You know, when I heard that news, I was like, I gotta learn about this guy. I have no idea who he is. Slipknot, don't really know who he is either. But a lot of people don't know who the guy is. They're kind of like, who is this dude? And everybody's like, oh, it's Slipknot. You mean the band? No, not the band. He's a guy who creates, if I remember it right, he has created like super strong rope or very special rope that he uses. Anyway, but he's gonna die. If you've watched any Suicide Squad movie, you know, if you watch the Assault on Arkham movie, or you've read any of the books or anything like that, there's always gonna be that. Oh my god!
Taking out the Omax,
you got the burps again.
Has to be bad.
Okay. But there's always kind of like a patsy, I guess. It's a sacrificial type thing, you know? You gotta have one person go so everybody else understands this is the score, and if you don't listen, you're gonna die. What Forging head. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. EMP it up. There we go.
Only an electromagnetic pulse can drive the OMAC nanovirus out of its human host. I've had EMPs airdropped into the area. Activate those against the OMACs, then mark the survivors for quarantine. They'll need time and help to recover from Brother Eye's attack.
Where was I? Oh, yeah. Slipknot, he's gonna die. Everybody knows that. If he doesn't die, I'm gonna be disappointed. Because I really want to see his head just pop off. Honestly, I just want to see it happen. Because if it doesn't, man, I think it was Greg also had a theory that, or no, it wasn't Greg. It was a friend of mine. I was talking to him, and he theorized that Rick Flag. Oh my God! Seriously, all I want to do is get this darned old mission, and you're just causing me all these problems.
Can you get me the damaged cores so I can repair them? Please.
Yes, I'll do it whenever. My friend theorized that Rick Flag dies. I don't think that's gonna happen. Rick Flag's too big of a character to just like kill him off. It would seem so ridiculous. Where were we in the trailer? We were just getting to them naming people off, and then it goes into Harley, and she has another fun thing. She talked about the voices in her head, and I enjoyed that a lot. That was a great break in it. They have a lot of really, like, the music for the trailer. I know it's just a trailer, guys. You know, it's not anything big. But if the movie has the same mood as this trailer, then it will be DC's Guardians of the Galaxy. It's gonna happen. That's how it's gonna be. It's too silly and nonsensical for it to not be. You know what I mean? It's gotta be. It would just be silly if they tried to make like a really funny trailer and then ended up just like not doing the movie that way. If it were a serious movie, that would be so weird. But Harley has her thing, and then it goes in helicopters. Rick Flag explains why they're going there, because they're dealing with something that's very bad. Explosions, and then I think at that point it's pretty much we get to see Leto's Joker again, and he's torturing, I guess, what appears to be one of the military crew that's rolling with Rick Flag in other parts of the trailer. Not totally official, but it looks that way. And there's some great theories about all these Joker scenes, because there's a lot of Joker in this. But he doesn't talk very much. We get to hear him laugh maybe twice, and we get to hear him talk once. And, okay, from the very beginning, I still don't like the look of Joker. Like, not entirely. I like the fact that they showed him being versatile in this trailer. Really changed it a little bit for me, because they literally show him in like 6 or 7 different outfits in a trailer, no less. That's ridiculous. That's a lot of versatility, and I can respect that. That you're making him so that he's not just going to be purple jacket, green shirt, purple pants the entire time. He's going to be a little bit different. He's going to be a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more crazy. And I want that. If Leto does this right, I want him to be silly and crazy, not necessarily like super violent. Joker is super violent, but not copying Heath Ledger, because Heath Ledger took a very dark take on the Joker, but it was awesome because the dark comedy was it was sort of a relief in a storm. It was that break in the storm where you kind of got to see this stranger, weirder, lighter side of the character than you normally do. And the rest of the time he's crazy and maniacal and insane. And I'm hoping that Leto goes a little bit more strange and funny and weird about it rather than just dark. Because we need kind of more of a bouncy, giddy, more Jack Nicholson, I suppose. Jack Nicholson did a great job bringing out the more lighter, happier, sarcastic side of the Joker. And I kind of want to see a return to that a little bit, because I think that would be nice for it. But getting back to him, I am super skeptical about the look. Just like the tattoos. I've never seen Joker with like tattoos except
Wayne Tech may have something to aid the recovery process as well.
I forget which comic book it is. I think it might be in the Dark Knight Returns. That it might be. I forget which one it is. But he has a back tattoo of a dragon. Only tattoo I've ever seen him with, really. And so it was a big change, and it was striking. And he has his grills, which are his teeth are knocked out, and he has them replaced with like silver teeth. But he has grills, you know. He's trying to be gangsta, sort of. But this trailer sort of changed my opinion on Leto's Joker, because I'm starting to kind of see where they're going with him. Sort of. They show him in a circle of knives. They show him laughing maniacally with a machine gun while he's wearing a lovely tuxedo, which is a callback to, well, probably a callback. I forget which artist did it. Was it Loeb? Shoot, I forget who did it. But the beautiful drawing of Joker in the tuxedo with Harley Quinn in front of him. Very iconic image of him. And then there's another scene later on.
S.T.A.R. is inside, waiting for you with a device to convert the internal junction boxes into makeshift EMPs.
Yes, Batman. I'm gonna skip around on the trailer because that's just how my brain works. I like to just bounce around a little bit. Especially since we're kind of like picking and pulling from the trailer. But later on, it shows the New 52 origin of Harley, which I read an article and I agree and I disagree, because I'm glad that they are pulling straight from the comic books, because one thing they could do is they could just not pull from the comic books at all, and they could just make up a new origin story for her and it wouldn't match anything. And it would be so weird, and I don't want that to be the case. So I'm super glad that they are actually just pulling from the comics, even if it's the new origin of Harley. Which, you know, I don't like as much as her original origin, which is the one that she was created for in the animated series. Without the animated series, Harley would not exist. So... Oh my god.
I have to turn back. It's all up to you, querida.
It's all up to you, querida. Whatever. But it shows him, he's got like a red jacket on, or a red shirt on, and he's got gun holsters, and he just leaps off into the acid to grab Harley, pulls her out. There's the purple and the blue coming off his clothes to dye Harley's hair. I love it. It was beautiful. It was just like the comics, and I'm glad about that. I'm glad that they're pulling straight from the comics. It's refreshing for DC. Something they don't normally do. Did I grab that mission? I really hope I did. Otherwise, this is gonna be... Wait, hold on. I can just take a look real quick. Yeah. Later, alligator. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Come on, alligator. Just, yay! I think I got a nice neck piece from that, too. Oh, yeah, and I got a new weapon. Ooh, energy axe. What's that look like? Energy axe! This one. I like mine. It's cooler looking. So, sorry. I had a viewer tell me I say and stuff, and he was very cool about it. But I do say and stuff a lot. Way too much. I need to stop doing that. And of course. But there's a lot of things else to talk about the trailer. Let me continue with Leto real quick. So, the more I watch of him, the more I like.
But be aware. Brother-eyes drones are
I
scouring
don't think
the
they
area.
saw me.
Analyze their patterns and you may be able to get past without activating them.
Yeah, I think that's a good sign, because the more I see of Leto's Joker, the more I like, and I've been reading about how he was on set, and Leto is a method actor, so he would come on, they said anyway, that he would come on the set and he would give people presents, and he would just not come out of being the Joker the entire time. That says a lot to me, that he's that dedicated to the craft, that he would do a good job of the Joker. And I hope that's the truth, that he really is that dedicated to the character. But yeah, the more I see of him, the more I'm thinking that it will be good, because that's what I've always believed, If it gets better every time I see it, then it's obviously good. This still doesn't make sense why people would build walls and then blow them up. So much unnecessary work. It's kind of like building the Death Star a second time. It was pointless work that was made. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful. And this trailer, just like the Batman v Superman trailer, has got me on its side. I actually think it's going to be really good. I really want it to be good. And if it's like this, it will be good. And we're putting a lot of faith in Ayers and Snyder to pull these movies off, because if they do, then oh my god, there will be a DC cinematic universe, and that's going to be fucking awesome. I gotta be honest, guys, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be exactly what we've wanted for so long and have not been able to get because of stupid decisions and stuff. So yeah, I'm starting to approve of him, because when I see him in action, it kind of makes sense, and the weirdness of his looks don't detract from his acting necessarily. It kind of just adds to the craziness of it without him having to be so crazy normally. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to act just super dark and super crazy because he looks crazy. And that allows him to be hopefully will allow him to be a little bit more goofy and more interesting of a character. Killer Croc looks awesome. Killer Croc's one of those characters that everyone kind of has a different look for him, because he's a weird character. He has the strange skin condition. I forget exactly what it's called, but it basically gives you scaly skin, and then later on he is starting to mutate into an alligator. He eats people. That's weird. It's all strange about Killer Croc. Katana looks like Katana. She even has her blade. The Soul Taker? I don't think that's the right name. I can't remember her sword's name. It's killing me now. I think it's Soul Taker. Anyway, but it's a sword that takes people's souls, and then she can communicate with the souls in her sword, which is pretty cool. That's pretty awesome ability. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get hurt here really soon. Might help me out a little bit. Just gonna turn all these off. Thank you, thank you. Oh, and there they go. Being butts. Boomerang, I'm still weird. I'm still concerned about that, especially since people are not fans of Jai Courtney. He's just not been in very good movies, But I'm a big fan of terrible movies, so maybe I will enjoy him. It might be best because they always put him in like a lead role, They're trying to make him be the new Bruce Willis. They're trying to make him join wasn't he in the new Terminator? Him in that. They're trying to make him take over these roles that I don't think he's meant to do. It's not really meant for him. So I think I'm thinking that maybe if we put him in a different role, he's playing a villain. He's not the good guy this time. He doesn't have to act like he's the brave soldier. He can act like a nut job the entire time and be silly and stupid. And he probably will be good at that because apparently, to most people, he's a pretty terrible actor. Have a nice day. Cutscene! Poop. I think I turned the volume down on the movies. When did I do that? Oh, well. What do you need to do? When did I do that? Audio. No! The movie sound's on! Movie sound just wasn't working for that one. Oh, well. Whatever. What are you gonna do? Gives me more time to talk to you guys about the Suicide Squad trailer. So, yeah, I think he might be good. I have no idea. But Captain Boomerang's not really a complex character to play. You can kind of just be, I think he is actually Australian, so that gives him a leg up there, right? He's already got the accent down, so he doesn't have to righto, matey, crikey, put a shrimp on the barbie. He doesn't have to make up some stupid accent. He's already got an Australian accent, so boom. Bob's your uncle. Or, Fanny's your auntie. Whatever they say, wherever they come from. Ooh, Brother Eye helmet. Nice. Anything else? I'm tempted to put that on. But this one's better. I don't really want to take that. Why not? I don't need that, really. Alright, cool. Well, let's go back to where we gotta go? The East End, I think. Ta-da! Alright, we don't have to worry about that. Fire's out. There we go.
With Brother Eye out of commission, we can take out the remaining OMACs and stop the spread of their virus.
Good job!
The OMAC virus was actually derived from a different future Brainiac. I wonder... No, I can't think about it. It would really be the end.
Uh-oh. Future alternate Brainiac. Anyway. Who else is on the team? Enchantress looks strange compared to her story character. Well, I kind of. When she's in witch form, she's gross. sort of. You know, like the creepy witch, like in Justice League Dark. She gets very gross and creepy looking. Who else is on the team? Harley, I'm not really sure about her looks. You know, it's kind of... Arkham Asylum is to blame for this, because otherwise we'd have Harley in like a spandex suit with the jester's hat. But Arkham Asylum, you guys put her in like a sexy nurse outfit. So that changed everything. Now she's got to be sexy everywhere. Ooh, there's a shiny. What else is on there? Rick Flag? Not really Rick Flag to me, but he'd probably do a good job. There's also Clint Eastwood's son in it, who people theorize might be Deathstroke, which would be freaking awesome to have Clint Eastwood's son be Deathstroke in this universe. I would be super down for that. That sounds super freaking awesome to me. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. They have a lot going on in this movie, guys. From what we've seen in the trailers and what we're theorizing, there's a lot of crap going on in this movie. Most of the Joker stuff seems like it's gonna be all flashbacks for Harley. So you have this weird story where you're learning about Harley and how she's dealing with that, and possibly Joker comes in at the end and they have to face off against him, and there's some sort of strange thing between that. You're trying to learn all the characters' backstories. You have this overarching story where they're going after... What is that name for a thing that drives the story forward? It's basically what Luke was. Sorry if you haven't seen the new Star Wars movie. If you haven't, I don't know what rock you've been hiding under, but you gotta let me in once in a while, because sometimes I just need to hide from everyone. I forget what it's called, but it's basically an object in movies which just drives the story forward, without actually having any purpose whatsoever. Any like meaningfulness to it. It's just a object or a person or a thing or an idea that just moves the story forward. I'm thinking that's what the mission of possibly Enchantress, or more likely the Tattooed Man. He's just that object to move the story forward and progress it. It's not really a big thing. It's just what's going to be driving it. And then, so you have that story, and then you're also learning about Joker's story through the flashbacks, of course. There's possibly Deathstroke in it. There's so much stuff, you guys. There's so much stuff. And this is just the first actual trailer for it. Oh my god. There's a lot of stuff to think about in this trailer. So if you haven't watched it, I totally recommend you guys just go watch it. It's like 3 minutes or something like that, and you'll get a good laugh out of it. I'm actually really excited. I want to see more of Leto's Joker, because I'm not really sure about him. I want to see more of the other characters. Oh, and there's El Diablo. I imagine he's going to be the sad character that dies. You know, you're going to be like, no, El Diablo, he fought so hard. But he's just going to get torn apart at some point in the story. I can't imagine him making it all the way to the end. That would just be silly. Who cares about El Diablo? Yeah, I'll be honest. So yeah, I think he'll probably die. Deadshot won't die. If he does, that's going to be really, really sad and disappointing that they just killed off Will Smith, basically.
And is raising spirits of the angry dead in Midtown. You must speak to Dr. Fate immediately. He's waiting for you at the Midtown Metropolis Police Station.
That's another thing, too, because I know a lot of people, including myself, I wasn't really excited about Will Smith being Deadshot. I don't know. It just didn't feel like a good match. But I'm trying to look past who's playing it and try to think, are they going to do a good version of the character? And that's the same thing I'm having with Leto, is are they going to do a good version of the characters? And I'm hoping they will. Because from what I've seen, Will Smith looks like a badass in this. And Leto is actually starting to grow on me. I'm really digging it. You guys, it was a pretty cool trailer. It was pretty awesome. It got me pumped. And maybe that's why the first trailer wasn't so giddy fun and stuff. Oh, Ayers. Oh, you sneaky bastard. Oh, I get it now. So you put out like a really dark trailer first. Very serious. Oh, yeah, choir music. You're like, this is very serious, very dark. You see the darkness that comes from the Suicide Squad being created. Dark Amanda Waller. And you get a little bit of taste of Harley, but it's got very, very thunderous music. And then you put this one out, and it's like a party going on, and everyone was invited. I get you. I get what you did, Ayers. I see why the first trailer was a bummer, and this one is awesome. It's like putting an ugly girl next to a really hot girl. It always makes the hot girl look even hotter. That's a horrible thing to say. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, there's a lot more I can talk about this trailer. There's so much stuff, you guys. Please go watch people like Greggy. I gotta be honest. I'm a massive Angry Joe fan, but I didn't care for this trailer reaction video that he did. You guys should go watch it, but Joe, you let me down this time. Normally I go to you for my fanboyness, and you failed me this time, Joe. Thankfully I got Greg to like freak the fuck out the entire time, like he always does, which is fantastic. So might go to him now from now on. Oh, and Kevin Smith, of course. But yeah, thanks for joining me, everybody. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. And if you enjoyed the Suicide Squad trailer, please hit that like button 3 times. I'm just kidding. Just give it a like if you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment in the comment section letting me know what you thought of it. What ideas do you have about the villain? What do you think about this? Is it going to be funny? Do you think it's going to be funny? Do you think it's going to be serious? There's a bit of seriousness to the trailer, but at the same time, there's a lot of playfulness, and I like that. It's not going to be as playful as Marvel, but it's going to have some playfulness to it. I like that. But yeah, thanks for joining me, everybody, and I will see you all next time.